YouTube? It's currently 1:30 in the morning. I got back from working in Wisconsin yesterday. Got all my stuff packed up. Spent time with the wife and the kids, and had to go to a thing that my son had last night. And got up about 12 o'clock this morning and hit the road, and we're headed to Kentucky. Now I left y'all, just left y'all on my last trip to Kentucky. Me and a buddy of mine went up there, and he ended up having an accident while we were there. He fell in his stand, and he was out of a saddle, but his rope caught him. But his ascender, when it was sliding down the rope to catch him, his finger got caught in his ascender and ended up cutting the end of it off. So we ended up cutting that trip short after about a day of hunting, and hauled butt back to Arkansas. So wasn't the plan for that trip, but that's what happened. It does happen. I'm just glad it wasn't any worse than it was. But I'm headed up here by myself this time. It is Wednesday morning. Like I said, 1:30 in the morning. I'm on my way there. I had to stop and get some fuel. I plan on staying till at least Saturday night, or coming home early Sunday morning for church. So go up here and see if we can get it done. I'm going to go back to the WMA that we actually scouted on. That I think most of it is closed down for duck hunting, but I think there's a couple sections that's still open. I'm going to get there right at daylight this morning and check all that out and see. But that's the game plan. Hopefully luck goes our way. We'll see. Been a rough year so far, as y'all can tell. But we're going to give it our best shot and make the drive up there and see what happens. So we'll keep y'all posted. Good luck to y'all if y'all are hunting this week. And hopefully y'all have good, happy holidays. Good Merry Christmas. Well, we made it to Kentucky for the fourth time. Technically third trip to Kentucky. Fourth time I've hunted here. I hunted here on the way back from work one day, and didn't have no luck then. But talked to one of the game and fish up here. As soon as I got here, he was coming down the dirt road, and I pulled up beside him and talked to him. I'm out here on the Ballard WMA, and it closes down due to waterfowl. But I thought there was a section here that you could still hunt, but I really wasn't 100% sure. So when I seen his truck, I pulled up beside him and asked him, and he said, yeah, this is all open to hunting. You just can't access the other side, which is where I hunted the first trip down here, and we did all the scouting at. So I'm sitting here waiting on it to break daylight. Once it breaks daylight, I'm going to slip in. There's a road that goes all the way to the back of this. I ain't seen no other trucks parked here. Just a bunch of trucks going by going duck hunting, I guess. But I'm going to slip in here and slip around, see if I can find something. Something that looks decent enough to hunt, and if I can, I'm going to come back out and get my stuff, or get my stand and everything, and go back in and hunt. But it's been a long night. I left the house at 12:30, and it's currently 6:20, and I'm waiting on daylight. So I might actually go in, and if I do find a good spot to hunt, I might come back out and eat me a bite and take me a couple hour nap or something, and then go back in and hunt the rest of the day. But as of right now, hopefully there's something in here that looks good. If not, there's another WMA he told me that's just right down the road. It doesn't close down for waterfowl. There is waterfowl hunting on it, but it doesn't close down. So we've got options over here. Probably spend, if I don't find something good, I'll probably spend the day scouting a couple different areas to get an idea. And then tomorrow, I think tonight and into tomorrow, it's supposed to rain. So that'll be good. It'll wash all of our scent out that we leave while we're doing our scouting, or while I'm doing my scouting. And Friday and Saturday I'll be hunting. So it'd be nice to be able to get it done today, but we'll see. Hopefully luck goes our way on this trip and get this tag out of the way and go back to Arkansas and try to finish tagging out there. So if Figure we got about another 30-40 minutes before you can see pretty good, and then we're gonna grab our stuff and slip in, and we'll bring y'all along with us. So, later. Well, here we go. A lot of duck hunting going on around here. Probably heard 150, 200 shots already. And it's only been shooting live for like 30 minutes. Oh, there went a bunch of deer. We're only about 60 yards off this road to the right side. We got a perfect wind for this spot. We're scouting in here. It's blowing perfectly this way right in our face. Pretty decent road right there. Probably a few weeks old. A couple scrapes right around this road. One right there. Another one right there. Not too bad. The way this spot sets up, you got private on all the way to the back, and then you got both sides walking in here. It's about a 375 yard block of woods, or 375 acre block of woods. But everybody around this is duck hunting right now. So that tells me they most likely got the deer pushed into this block of woods because there ain't no duck hunting in here. There's no water. It's closed off for duck hunting, or from duck hunting. So this might actually act as like a sanctuary. Pretty good trail right through there. Really good trail. Back here in the very back of this, it looks like a field on onyx. But to me, right now, it's looking like it's going to be like it is a field, but it looks like it's going to be grew up like CRP style. Pretty thick. Scrape underneath that tree right there. Dang, good trail right there. Coming out into this old corn. Quite a few rubs out here. There's a couple little ones. Right there. Over there. Some really good ones right out there in the middle. Well, we've seen 8 deer so far. Quite a few rubs. I think 4 scrapes. Not too bad for a scout. I walked all the way back here to the back. There's a deer bed right there. There. I walked all the way to the back here. That's an old scrape. Old scrape right there. I walked all the way to the back of this property. I found a ladder stand back here. Looks like it's been there a long time. You can tell the water comes up in here. As you can see, on some of these trees, the water line's like 8 foot, maybe 10 foot. And it's got the same water line on that stand. So that tells me that stand's been here for a long time. But I actually seen a little buck just a second ago bumping a doe. I don't know when the rut in Kentucky is, or the second rut, first rut. I don't know any of that about Kentucky. But he was dang sure pushing her. So, might be a good thing. Pretty sure the first group of 6 that we seen was all doe. Best I could tell. So, looks like there's quite a few doe in here just from what I've seen. I've only walked a small piece of it. And there's definitely some bucks in here from all the buck sign I've seen. So we're going to go back to the truck, drive over to this other WMA down the road, ride around, maybe walk in a couple spots. If we don't find anything any better, we're going to come back and sit up on this road down here where them scrapes were and that rub. Try that for this evening. I think tomorrow's going to rain. So all the walking we're doing today, by tonight our scent will be washed out of, so that's a good thing. We're done scouting our first spot. We got a game plan for that one. I got 2 different spots to choose from in there that I think would be pretty decent. We're fixing to ride down the road and go to the other WMA that we can access and bow hunt since duck season's in down here. Go down there, we're going to ride around it, see where everybody's parked at, and maybe go in and scout a couple spots. I'd like to have 3 or 4 spots that I think is pretty decent. And try to get all my scouting done today, if I can. And then let the rain come in tonight and wash all of our scent out, and then we can make a move on everything. But that's the game plan. But right now we're riding down the road, probably about 15 minutes down this dirt road to get to it from where we're already at. And we'll see what we'll see and go from there. This thing is plump full of beds and tracks. Full of tracks. Ain't no easy way to get in here either. This shows to be public and it looks like a food plot out there. Good bed. Heck of a trail. Right through there. There's a deer stand. Deer stands all over this place. Well, so far I've jumped 3 deer back here in the back of this field. It's about a mile walk back here. Just found 3 scrapes back here. This is a little finger off the big part of the field. There's one more behind this one I'm fixing to go look at, but it's over that direction. But right here behind me, that tree that sticks out right there, there's 3 scrapes underneath that. One of them looks like it might have been hit in the last couple of days. They're small scrapes. You can see horn marks and stuff on them. Seen quite a bit of deer sign on this trip compared to the last couple. I know I'm blowing these spots out, but I don't plan on hunting it today anyways, and I already got a spot picked out for today. Look this morning. It's supposed to rain tonight into tomorrow, so all the scent I'm leaving out should be taken care of with the rain. My camera went dead a while ago on the second spot I was scouting, but I found a really, really big scrape. And it had fresh poop in it, fresh tracks in it, big set of horn marks in it. I mean, it was just been hit probably this morning or last night. This looks nice. This is the very back of the field. Probably about 150 yards that way is a slough, a deep slough. And then there's a little section of trees between it, and then it goes to the big river. There's an old scrape right here. You can see the marks and stuff in it. There. Got horn marks sideways. Ain't been checked the last few days, but there's definitely some bucks in here. A lot of bucks on them. Only problem is I got rid of my lock-on and sticks. Got a climber. Before I realized I was for sure coming back. And these trees are hard to climb. It's hard to find one that you can even climb. So, that's going to be a struggle. Maybe hunting it off the ground. There's a lot of underbrush here, so bring my little chair back here and get up in a tree. Wait for one to walk by and schwack it. Sounds good. Probably won't happen, but I'm just walking the edge of these fields like crazy. I mean, all this right here, all that right there. It's just ate up with tracks down the edge of this field. And every spot I've walked so far has been like that. This one's got a lot of green grass in it though. The other ones ain't got that. This one's all the way back here in the back too, so it's secluded. It ain't close to no roads, ain't close to no nothing. Just curious what these woods look like over here. It looks really thick from here, but it looks like if you get over in there about 50, 60 yards, it opens up. I'm sure they're coming out here in the evenings and feeding on this green grass. There's a trail right here coming out in the field. What we've been looking for right there. Look at that joker right there. That's a good one. That is a good one right there. That's the biggest rub I found all year. Right on the top edge of this ridge. There's another little rub right there on that tree. We got that big rub right there. And plenty of trees to climb. Heck yeah. Well, we're in the tree for the first sit in Kentucky of this trip. Spent all morning, or all day mainly, until about noon, scouting different areas. I thought I was going to be able to hunt the area I hunted the first time I came here, but it's all completely closed off for the migration season, so there's one little section of it that we didn't scout last time we were here, and that's where I'm at right now. I scouted it this morning. Ended up seeing 8 deer out here. Found some rubs, found some scrapes. Went and scouted a few other spots that they have better sign as far as big deer go. But I want to wait until about Friday morning to hunt one of them. Let it rain tonight and tomorrow and get my scent out of there. So we're trying this spot. We ain't looking for no giant. We're just looking for just a decent buck. Trying to get this tag filled so I can get back home. But as soon as we see something, we'll let you know. Other than that, we're just gonna kick back, take it easy, and rest for the rest of the day. I ended up walking like 3, maybe 4 miles today, so pretty tired. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to find the deer, I guess. I'll let you know when we see something. Headed back to the stand. We're going to be sitting on the ground this evening. We got about an hour and a half break in between the hard rain and the next big storm that's supposed to come through. It's not supposed to last very long, but it's got a lot of red in it. Looks like some higher winds, so we're going to sit on the ground just in case we need to get out of Dodge. And I don't want to get blew out of one of these hardwood trees, so this is that food plot I was talking about. Whew, I just made it back to the truck and changed. I just got drowned by a rainstorm. It was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. A lot worse. I'll put it this way, I walked in through a dry field, and on the way out it was standing water about 4 inches up my boot. That's how hard it rained in 20 minutes. So we're done hunting for the evening. Go get a hotel tonight, take a hot shower, dry some of my crap out because it's soaking freaking wet, and be back at it in the morning. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Well, we're back in the tree for set number 5. We're about a mile back in here. This is that area I found that really big rub. It's on like a 10-inch tree. Gouge marks dug into it all the way up, like almost eye level. Got a really good trail over here to my left, running between me and this little finger at the back of this field. It almost looks like a cattle path. But we're here and we're ready. I know we've only been here a couple days, but it feels like we've been here a week because I've yet to see a deer sitting on a stand. I don't know if they just ain't moving right now or I'm just not good at picking spots, but not looking good for this trip. This will be my last trip here, so if we don't fill the tag, it'll just be burned. So we're not looking for no giants, even though it'd be nice, but we're just looking for a decent buck, something to put an arrow in, take back to Arkansas. But if we see anything, we'll let you know. I think it's about 12:30 right now. We got in here pretty early. We're all set it out till dark or until something comes by and lets us shoot it, so wish us luck. Deer on the stand. Not sure what it was, I just caught a glimpse of it. There it is. Looks like a big old doe.
bucks in front of me right now. I got 5 bucks in front of me. That's the biggest 3-point I've ever seen. Come on, I just need one of you to come over here. slipping in right after daylight this morning. I didn't want to blow anything out of the back of this field. I got all the way to the back of the field, didn't see nothing. I started easing down to the end of the finger. Ended up jumping 4 or 5 deer right inside the wood line. They took off just jogging. They didn't blow or run. They just kind of trotted away. So I slipped in the edge of the woods where I could see them. It looked like a group of doe. All of that I could see with my binoculars were old doe. So I cut across this section of woods. I come down to the south about 150 yards from where I was, or about 100 yards from where I was originally at yesterday. I got about a 25-yard shot to the edge of this slough where the bucks were yesterday evening. And about 75, 80 yards over here to this really thick spot where I'm assuming they're bedding at. I slipped in here as quiet as I could. I finally got to the tree I wanted to climb. I was sitting there and I looked in the background, like out in front of me, and I could see a rag sticking up. And a buck looking my direction. A really, really nice 8-point with a flyer off his G2 on his left side. So I put everything down, and there was a little knoll between me and him. If I squatted down, I couldn't see him, and he couldn't see me. So I started crawling up there towards him. He was about 130 yards. I started crawling towards him, got to about 70 yards, and I couldn't go no further because I was getting up to the top of that knoll. And he ended up just feeding off into that bedding area, so we're up in the tree now. I plan on sitting here all day. Hopefully something happens. I've seen 5 doe and 8 bucks in here since yesterday evening, so we're finally on the deer. The bad part is this is my last day. So we're going to sit all day and try to make the best of it. Well, we've made it till noon. We ain't seen no other deer. Just a bunch of ducks out here in this slough is all we've had going for us. So.
Well, that is a wrap for Kentucky. I've had a rough couple days right at the beginning. Found a bunch of good deer sign. Just, I guess maybe it wasn't as fresh as I thought it was. The deer were just moving weird. I don't know what it was, but well, we made a last minute decision, and we just pulled back up in Kentucky. So the last 2 sets we had up here, we seen the 9 different bucks. Ended up having to go home, had a church thing to attend. My kids were going to play. And then we had Christmas with the family that weekend. And then I didn't have time to come back between then and Christmas because we had other family things going on. So I stayed home, got all that out of the way, and left this morning at about 6:30, and we're pulling in right now. So hopefully we can go back in that same area we hunted last. Hopefully all them deer are still in there. I didn't see nobody else bow hunting up here when I was here last time, just a bunch of duck hunters. But it's about the furthest spot you can get away from any of the duck hunters, so I think that's why they're in there like they are. That in the back corner of that field had all that green grass in it, so they're using that to feed quite a bit. But we got about a mile and we'll be pulling in. It is 11:30. I'm gonna get my bow out, shoot it a few times, make sure it's fine. Which I've been shooting it all week, should still be fine, but get it all out, make sure everything's good, get dressed, get everything packed up, and we're gonna go set till dark. So hopefully we can get something killed this evening. If not, I plan on giving it about 3 days. So, but I figure the next time you see me, we'll be sitting in a tree. So if y'all are hunting this week, good luck to you. If you're at work, I'm sorry, and we'll see you on the tree. Oh yeah, just pulled in, just shooting my bow. Yeah, I'm sitting there shooting my bow, make sure it's still good.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you're in the regular parking spot, so I figured you was there.
Yep, just pulled in.
Well, be careful and good luck.
Alright, I'll text you when I get in the tree.
I love you.
Love it. Love it.
much. But all I wanted was a rack buck. 5 trips. 5 trips. Like I said, he ain't much, but he's legal. He's dead. No, it ain't on the big camera. But it's done. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. We got it done finally. I've been in the woods for 30 minutes.
That couldn't have worked out any better, yeah? Would I wish it was a bigger deer? Yes. Am I happy with this deer? Heck yes. Would I change it? Not a chance. Not a chance. She's ready to go. That's a wrap for Kentucky. Got here right at 12. Shot my bow. Got all my stuff packed up. Made sure everything was good. Got all my stuff so I could stay warm. Threw everything on my back and took off walking. Like I said, it's a mile walk into this spot. It's mainly field walking, so it's not a bad walk. It's just a long walk. But got all the way there. Got all the way back there to that back corner of that little finger on the back of this big field. It's real secluded right there. I always go to the very back of the finger and then go in because there's an opening right there they've got wore out where they go to the field. So I try to set up on them between traveling the edge of that slough and cutting over to the field to eat. So I walked in the woods probably about 20 yards, and I heard something to my left and it caught my eye, and it was a bunch of turkey taking off. So I just squatted down, took my stand off my back and everything to rest for a minute anyways, and looked over there, seen the turkey. They took off running and stopped, and then they started walking down the edge of the slough back in my direction. Well, while I was sitting there resting, I just happened to scan around in front of me to see if I see any deer. Didn't figure I would. And there was a spike standing there about 70 yards. Pretty sure it was the same spike that I let walk my last sit here on the last trip. And sitting there watching him, he was looking towards the turkeys, and he was scanning around trying to figure out why they run off. I couldn't figure it out. And I was right out in the open, like nothing around. And ended up looking over to the right and seeing a racked buck sitting over there. There's a truck behind me, I don't know what he's doing. Seen a racked buck over to the right, and noticed it was a decent 6. Like I said, he ain't no big deer or nothing, but it was just a decent 6. And then beside him was a 4-point. So I was sitting there watching them. Well, the 4-point fed away from me. None of them ever seen me, don't know how. But the 4-point fed away from me. That deer, the 6-point, went over and got with the spike at about 70 yards, and they started feeding towards me. Well, I've been saying this the whole time. I'm not here to kill a big deer. I'm here to fill a tag. I just wanted a racked buck. So the spike comes in first. It turns and starts going to my right, directly in front of me, broadsided. Well, I ranged the tree that I thought they were standing right behind, and it said 42 yards. So he went past, got the bow and everything ready, drew it back. As soon as he stepped out from behind that tree, I shot and went right underneath him. Shot felt good. He takes off running to the left out there about 60 yards and stops and is just looking around. And then he starts coming back towards me. Well, I didn't know, but right behind that tree was a little drop down spot, and the deer were actually standing at 55 yards when I checked it. But he ended up feeding back across in front of me at 40 yards on top of the little ridge on this side of the tree. It was 40 yards exactly. Pulled up. He was already on edge because he'd been spooked. Shot it. As soon as I shot, he turned away from me and the arrow went in back and stuck in his opposite shoulder, and he dropped in his tracks. So walked over there, made sure he was dead. I don't know how it killed him so fast. I don't see how I could have hit the heart. I thought I'd been behind it, but maybe I did. And checked, made sure he was dead. Didn't want him to sit there and suffer. So I walked over to where I missed him, and then that's when I realized there was the dip down spot or whatever, and I found my other arrow. But yeah, from the time I walked into the woods back there to the time I killed that deer was 12-15 minutes. Didn't have time to get in a tree or nothing. So good Lord blessed us on this trip, which He blesses us every trip because we've made it back home. So I'm happy with him. He's going in the freezer. I'm gonna get a Euro mount done for him. Like I said, if I'm gonna kill a buck, I respect the deer enough to put them on the wall. I'm not just killing a buck for its meat. If I kill a buck with antlers, I'm gonna take the time and put it on the wall. So, and it's my first out-of-state buck. So we got everything done. Everything's deboned and legal. We're about to, or I'm about to hit the road and head back to Arkansas. Got 5 hours back, so 5 hours here, right at 30 minutes worth of walking in and hunting. Walked back out, got my pack, walked back in, got him all deboned and loaded up, walked back out. It's now 3 o'clock. I shot him at like 12:45, and we're headed home. So we'll catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate it. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe. We appreciate it. We're trying to grow this channel, and we only do this and bring y'all along just because I like to share the experiences with y'all. And I know there's some people out there that can't do this and enjoy watching it, and I know a lot of kids that just love watching hunting. So that's why I do it, and I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you.